And good evening. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. I am James Howell. This is Skylight the Cat. And tonight we're going to do Dead Space Part 6. The last time we finally blasted through the Leviathan, and we are now headed back to engineering to see what is up there, which we can probably assume is nothing good, because it never is. You just never kind of show up and find a garden thriving or, kangaroo boxing. All the sorts of good things you hope to find in space. But yeah, so we're gonna hop right into that. As you might imagine, very little media has been consumed between yesterday and today. So, however, I can tell you I have continued listening to the Iliad, and my God, I think probably one of the biggest takeaways of that is like, just don't trust the gods. It's like, man, trusting the gods is like feeling good about good fortune, which is absolutely unreliable. And it's like people, these characters celebrate being in favor with the gods, and being in favor with the gods just means that you are part of some intention they have at this moment in time that might have nothing to do with your well-being, and probably doesn't. I'm thinking specifically about Hector, talking about the Iliad. I don't know if I specifically said that, but yeah, like thinking about Hector and his victory and his success under the sort of auspice of Zeus's blessing, which he believes has to do with the inevitable victory of Ilium over the Argives, the Greek invaders. And it in fact has entirely to do with the fact that Zeus is making the Greeks fail because Achilles is in good shape. And Evening Time Zombie, it's good to see you. No space spiders. There are things with tentacular legs, and well, spiders aren't tentacular, but the creepy crawly things. So they have those, but they're not spiders. So if this is a category thing, then you're safe. If it is a resemblance thing, you'll be fine. But yeah, no, the entire reason he's supporting Hector is so Hector can make the Greeks look bad, because if the Greeks look bad, then Achilles looks good, and then Achilles will get his moral revenge for his indignation at Agamemnon's hands. Anyway, Hector's only be supported because he is going to be set up for somebody else's fall guy, and it's just like, oh my God, the gods are horrible. Oh man, how would spiders spin their webs without gravity? I wonder if there's something in there about like spiders on caffeine spin webs that are like squares and stuff like that. I don't know. Spiders in space. What would spiders' webs look like in space? No, I mean, this is pretty much it. It's been pretty media slim lately. I am talking about the Iliad, which is an audiobook I'm listening to. But actually, as a matter of fact, as you might recall from a previous stream where we talked about Shadow of the Colossus, and I mentioned listening to that. I mean, maybe a spider stowed away on a ship in space. It seems like the sort of thing that it would mutate upon re-entry and become sort of horrifying in a way that you uniquely might despise, hating spiders in particular. But no, the Iliad is it's fantastic, and Hector is such a compelling character. You simultaneously cheer him on because he's easily the most likable of all the heroes. He is the most relatable because he is easily a B-tier hero. He is absolutely not a match for any of the Greeks' top-tier heroes. And at the same time, you also pity him because you know that he is just being used by the gods to make Achilles look better. And yeah, it's almost like he's a cow being fattened for the slaughter in terms of reputation. So yeah, I'm on book 16, and it's fantastic. I recommend it. Evening, Swedish X, and Shelter Mix, it's great to see you. Thank you for the good luck. I think that we're going to do well tonight. And that well-wishing only makes it more likely. Oh, snap, really? It's kind of nuts. I kind of can't believe that. Well, yeah, so that's pretty much it for the... That's pretty much it for what I've been doing that's not video games. Evening, Iceman Dan. It's good to see you. Yeah, Homer's fantastic. One of the things that I really like about the poetic technique is this is a particularly interesting way of doing repetition, where the gods will talk to Iris, the messenger, or Hermes, and they'll give this very precise, almost rhetorical argument style of command, of message that they want that messenger to send, and Homer will have the gods say that, and then Iris, or whatever the other sort of messenger deity is, will go there, and Homer will just repeat the words exactly, showing that the messenger is verbatim passing on that message. And it's very interesting as a poetic technique to I don't know if it's like to reinforce memory or a characterization, but I'm actually really interested to see if there's any kind of critical writing done on that, what it means, if there was an oral poetic technique involved or what. But yeah, it's really cool. Achilles versus Hector. I mean, I think it's pretty. I mean, Achilles basically has the universal invincibility buff except for my heel, and that right there sets him apart. As far as ability, I mean, there are a number of things. As far as ability goes, they might be equally matched. I have yet to get to that conflict yet. At the same time, when Achilles and Hector fight, Hector has literally been fighting for, I don't know, like weeks, months, and Achilles has just been sulking in his ship like a big baby. And so Achilles is a little fresher than he is. Yeah, no, the reinforcing of memory is important, and it's really interesting how even in written poetry that translates into effective poetic technique of repetition and as a way of reinforcing ideas. It's kind of like double negatives as a grammatical structure, as a logical grammatical structure don't make sense, but as a rhetorical verbal structure do, because when you use a double negative, you actually reinforce the negative aspect of it. This is actually really common in Old English and even Middle English, where a double negative will appear in a sentence. Maybe like a colloquialism in modern English would be, I ain't got no gas in my truck, which means I really, really, really don't have any gas in my truck. So it's an emphasis rather than a logical statement. And looking at language as an emotional artifact, that makes sense. Oh man, Swedish X. Yeah, the Odyssey is probably the most picturesque of them, honestly. Wow, that's a lot of flashing. The Odyssey is the most picturesque. The Iliad is the most gruesome by far. So if you're looking for something that's a little on the Mortal Kombat side, the Iliad is definitely your pick. Shelter Mix, yeah, I think that is not inaccurate, given that the Bard was the Bard poetry creation and the voice were all very much a unified concept. Evening, Dustin. It's good to see you. Necrospace has been good. It's very scary and it has a great atmosphere. I've come to the conclusion that it is a very scary horror game, but does not feel like a Halloween game because it doesn't have enough ghosts for my liking. Yeah, Achilles is probably objectively the better win. It's just Hector is just so much more likable, in my opinion. Yeah, he would also, not just by their name and adding a bunch of adjectives or titles, he would also describe their patrilineage and what lands they had inherited, any kind of noble deeds done by their fathers of note, and any kind of claim that they themselves have to fame. So it's, he heralds many of them, and it's amazing how much detail he goes into for figures that are sort of insignificant in the overall scheme of things. But I think one of the effects that has is it really hits home how personal war is when you actually take stock of all the combatants. I think about there are some there are pieces of writing about like what if you got into the heads of all the soldiers that you kill in Metal Gear Solid and all these NPCs that you just gun down and these grunts. Well, Homer actually does that in the Iliad. He gives them a name, he gives them a destiny, he gives them a homeland, and that's the effect that it creates. So if you've ever wondered what that would be like in a colossal battle or a Muso game, then the Iliad is your jam. Inspiration for this game? Subtext, Scientology in space is scary, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Space Scientologists are scary. For not the least which reason in this universe is that they're right. Which is the funny thing, is that they're not, they're maybe one of the worst outcomes for a zealot, religious zealot who is, you know, wrongly pushing us toward destruction, is a religious zealot who happens to be objectively right, and the horror of the universe is on their side. So, that's something. Yes, he was the sorrow. And actually, that's the River of the Dead in Metal Gear Solid 3 is, it felt like a very Homeric thing, because, you know, many great old epic hero quests involve going through the underworld and seeing shades of the dead, and that felt like just like a page out of that book. It's one of the things that I think made Metal Gear Solid 3 such a great universal feeling story.
Things are looking up. A military ship just docked in. The USM Valor. I don't know what it was doing out there. It must have gotten our distress signal. We can't talk to it until the comms array is fixed. I'm gonna hack the door to communications for you. Get in there and find the comms control station.
This is interesting as a plot point where they have sent a distress signal and invited people to come in, because in many stories like this, the survivors are taking the sort of high road of, we need to contain this outbreak, this biohazard, this alien sort of parasite. We need to contain that on this little island in space. But what they're actually doing is they're actually inviting people in. So those poor saps on that ship are stepping outside, stretching their legs, wondering where everybody is, and just about to get mauled and turned into more monsters. Well, thank you, Time Zombie. I do like a good genealogy. Dejar Ta. I keep wanting to read that as a deja vu pun, but I know it's not. Or unless it is, it's not one that I'm getting. Well, as far as being cheaper to kill the whole crew, I think that really the disaster has done a lot of that work for us. I gotta say, like, ignoring all that copy that's there, seeing that sort of X-ray slice over the guy's face, along with "be a team player," it raises many questions, which are uniquely distressing. Also, kind of strange that his skull almost looks like it has a hairline too. So maybe that's what Rogaine will do for you. Yeah, Swedish X. I remember Dead Space 1. I played a whole lot of it. Dead Space 2 I enjoyed very much, but I think I only played through it once. Really interesting decision to re-up the jump scare on that one. Because the first time I came through here, a tentacle popped through and, you know, did the gotcha. And now there's somebody grumbling. Trying to see if I can see anything through there. That's interesting. The camera controls are a little finer with my weapon raised. I remember thinking that my sort of comparison between Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2 is Dead Space 1 is like the original Alien, where you're introduced to a very tense scenario and it's a very focused experience. And Dead Space 2 is like Aliens, where you're given the sort of threat of the first one, but now you're shooting at a lot of it. A lot more of it anyway. Yeah, the premise is you are You are Isaac. You are an engineer who is part of a crew coming to investigate and check up on a mining ship that is out on this this planet in the middle of space. And you arrive. The place is suspiciously depopulated. Shows signs of hasty departure, which is always a great thing to encounter in space. And you find out that there are a bunch of alien life forms that are killing people and then using those corpses as raw material for creating horrific monsters. Excuse me. So that's where you are right here. You discover that there is some sort of marker, meaning not the marker, but a giant sort of 2001 monolith type object that is responsible in some unknown way for these transformations and for some of the auditory and visual hallucinations that Isaac's experiencing. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Most of our crew is dead. It's about where you'd expect to be at this point. Oh man. Oh no, 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 I don't have any ammo on that. Oh Lord. Oh God, he's running at me. Oh no, 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 no! I'm not gonna survive. If I can just create as much distance as possible, which is very hard right now. Oh man, maybe I can make it down here in time. Oh no. Oh man. Yes, good design, good sound design on the monsters. I agree. Event Horizon, kind of like that, except things are a little more menacing. Or am I thinking of Contact? What am I thinking of? That's the one. Event Horizon's the one with the whole language story, right? Am I misremembering that? Oh, a derelict ship one. Okay. What's the one with the language in it though? That had Jeremy Renner in it. Who I'm surprised he is the actor that I remember because I only know him as Hawkeye, and he's not a major character. Arrival. That's it. Thank you. Alright. Boy. Flamethrower is going to do me no good whatsoever. Maybe I can, oh, there's no ammo in that. Run, 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 run! Oh no, 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 bad, bad, bad. Alright. See if I can do this time. Oh, bad time to reload. Is that it? This is a weapon I definitely want loaded. Do they know where I am? Evening, Squimmy. It's good to see you. I should watch Event Horizon. I, don't have a working memory of that movie, and I wonder if I've ever actually seen it. The flamethrower in this game is good. It depends on the enemy. I am, straight up terrified to go up there because I have a feeling they're going to be right in front of me. Like that. So we got the one there. I can hear a second one somewhere over there. Yeah, there we go. Trying to play this based on sound cues alone. From my hidey hole here. So the flamethrower, yeah, the flamethrower varies. There are some enemies. Oh, nifty. That is good on. It is. For love of God. A much more strategic weapon. How many of these things are there? There's two. Okay, now I'm gonna run away from these things and collect my ammo that I have terrifyingly earned. Oh, do I hear something behind me? I think I do. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is bad. Go, 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 go. How the hell did you get there? No, dude. Wrong thing to do. Oh. One thing that I discovered in a previous playthrough, a previous stream, is that if you hit your attack button, you know, Isaac will do a melee, but pressing the weapon raise button actually won't interrupt that. So if you panic and you hit the buttons in the wrong order and you start swinging your fist and then you try to raise your gun and start, you know, spamming fire, he's just going to continue swinging his arm, which is what happened there, and is not the most effective thing. When you get to enemies that are covered entirely in that sort of like oily goop, then those are like the hardest forms. Oh, good. Does your cat like to sleep underneath or beside it? I kind of feel like I should buy some ammo for this. Especially now that I know what's coming in Phase 2. Isn't there a store over here? There isn't. I'm pretty sure I just stored a power node or something. Yeah, there we go. And for context, this is on hard mode, so there are more challenges here than there might be otherwise. I started playing on normal, or medium, as it is known in this game, and I found that I just kept never getting hit, so I decided to play this for a challenge on stream, and I actually feel like this is the right level of challenge on stream. I have not been significantly stuck anywhere, but I have had the opportunity to be satisfyingly challenged. Yeah, you can sever. You can sever the limbs and then use the explosive goop bag there for a weapon. Oh God. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, boy. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. Are they coming downstairs? Is this gonna severely destroy? Ah, God! I didn't think he was gonna be there. Oh, man. Okay. I don't hear any more monster noises. Yes, the Ripper is very good. I actually think I do hear something padding out there. Oh, yes. And yes, I very much appreciate the Ripper's simplicity. I would really like it if this elevator would... Oh, this elevator's not where I'm supposed to go. Well, no wonder. I feel like there is a monster up here. Like that guy. Who curiously doesn't see me. You kind of get the feeling that when you have monsters around and the scary music stops, you might have bugged something out. Or the AI doesn't notice you, and the music is so connected to that that, I actually... Okay, no, I can't save my game. That, it's waiting for the enemy to notice you before the atmosphere kicks in. Yeah, there we go. Yep, he is just, squirming around, probably wondering what shot off his legs. Okay, that's good. I am so critically low on ammo right now. They are in, they are former humans. there are some aliens that are not former humans. They're the ones that that create the monsters, who sort of hop onto a corpse and then, you know, do whatever biomonstrosity thing they do and turn them into one of the walking scary monsters. And yes, Swedish X, that enemy is in this game. It is probably the most horrifying of the custom deaths I can think of, but it is kind of few and far between. That is an enemy that the flamethrower is really good on. Having the opportunity to choose engagement is almost scarier. Yeah, he's... Okay, never mind. Not having the opportunity to choose engagement, it turns out, is in fact scarier. So, I'm glad we answered that question. I did hear a monstrous shriek like that, which leads me to think that yeah, there we go. There we go. Whew. Jesus. Yeah, this game actually does the most realistic thing that I don't know if I think it is less dramatic or not. I think it works, but yeah, the shopping is all automated in this. So atmospherically it works because, you know, you're out here, you're alone, you're isolated, and excuse me, that all works. And actually, right now, I am discovering an answer to a previous question I had, which is why some of these little boxes with ammo, with items in them, why only some of them are accessible at a given time. And it turns out, see, all these ones that I can open up were redded out before, and it looks like they kept some of them inaccessible my first time through, so I would have items to pick up the second time through. That's interesting how they control that. Well, Time Zombie, I can guarantee you that that is currently my MO, so, my pleasure? Consider it done. Yeah, they make backtracking worth it, and, also... Do I have a node I can upgrade something with? And also, pace out the appearance of items. Well, that's an elevator full of gross flesh. I'm in the unfortunate situation of getting the fewest ammo drops for the weapon that I have the most leveled up. So I keep getting a ton of flamethrower ammo, which is a weapon that needs to be used.
Isaac, the door to communications is open, but I've been getting some weird feedback spikes on the local comms. I think someone's listening in on us, so be careful.
But yeah, it is the flamethrower is the one that needs to be used the most tactically, so is therefore the least useful on the average, and is also the weakest in my group, and that of course is what I'm getting the most drops for. Really? I don't remember that. That's, I mean, an energy crisis is... Energy crisis as a motivation for some kind of massive human, you know, let's say, exodus, is maybe just a hair short of the mark of environmental disaster. How am I missing you at that range? This is clearly a human who is enjoying their new superior life form. Oh wow, that thing had a wallet. Okay. Cool. Let's save on an alternate file in case I made bad choices. Oh, you know, that makes sense, and I think I always just assumed that it was sort of your sort of generic all-purpose industrial mining colony. Ah, crumb. Crumbs? Yeah, let's crumbs. Let's do that. Wish I had a contextual weapon. Like a explosive red canister. So I didn't have to spend all this ammo. Surely that's got to be it. Okay, good. Good lord. See, I came through here earlier, and I killed one, I'm pretty sure located right there as well. It must have respawned for dramatic purposes. So, Time Zombie, if it is of any consolation, this is what I do to anything that is not a monster, but proximal to it is Isaac's got just this, like world-destroying rugby physique that can just sever limbs with a stomp. And that is... I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, this is one of the monsters, Swedish X, you were asking about the monsters that replace your head. This is a monster that is created from such a thing. And kind of remind me of the parasites that pop out of the latter Las Plagas carriers in RE4. Yes, I do too. I think the thing that I like the most about it, Iceman Dan, is where he kind of like pulls it off and he looks at it and he's like just kind of shakes his head, almost in this weird cross between disappointment and disgust. Well, in this one, we would be the aliens from Independence Day, but you know, I don't know. This marker appears to be wanting us to arrive for its you know, for its horrifying monster Great Commission, travel the universe and spread this horrible curse MO. So we're a little more invited than the aliens were in Independence Day. That's interesting. I haven't thought about that as a reference point, but that makes sense.
Communications log. First comms operator Bailey reporting. The ship is under attack, but requests to issue a distress call have been repeatedly denied by Captain Matthias. He won't say it, but everyone on the bridge knows why. This is an illegal operation in a prohibited system. We've all known for months, and we kept our mouths shut. Not anymore. Mayday! 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 This is USG Ishimura. This is... What the hell? I don't believe this. The whole comm system is offline. Now he's gone too far. Bailey out.
Huh. I didn't know you could actually make contact with the wall. It sort of auto-adjusts Isaac back. Well, anyway. I'm gonna save that power node in case I come to an ammo room, because I... See, look at this, flame fuel. I mean, I did just use it, granted, but that's like the first time in, like, at least a level. Oh man, I'm getting Aliens arcade game vibes from this. That was a nice, nice horror moment where it sort of flips around to you. Huh. Have any of you played the original Aliens arcade game? The belt scroll style one? With the sort of like, the heavy machine guns?
Communications array offline. A service technician has been notified.
That comms array is in bad shape. We need at least 6 working dishes for a strong enough signal. Make sure they're aligned symmetrically so there are no power gaps.
Alright, medium air can. I can now buy those. I guess this shop locations fabricate these things rather than you know, have them in stock, which makes more sense that they would sort of print them. Yeah, I played as much of it as I could in the arcades, and as a matter of fact, that game was one of my first experiences with the glory of emulation as an archiving sort of tool. That was the first game I played start to finish on an emulator on MAME, and it was great because I was able to finally satisfy my childhood curiosity of what the heck was at the end of that thing, because I only made it 3 levels in when I was playing it with quarters. Inventory full. Yeah, I can chug that one. Would be great if I could find a shop, because right now I've got a bunch of useless stuff here. Okay, that's good. But yeah, that was a fun one to play with a second player. As those arcade belt scrollers go. I'm also curious about that term, belt scroller. That's the term I use for all the you know, the final fights and the
Entering zero gravity. property.
Oh, great. For all the final fights and the Streets of Rages, but I don't know if I'm alone in that. Oh god. Oh no, my inventory, why is it all the way up there? I mean, why is my gaze there? Oh, that's not a weapon with ammo. In fact, many of these are not weapons with ammo, which is particularly distressing since I really need that. Whew. Okay, is that it? Is there anything else here? Cool. What would be, Time Zombie, what would be the cursed outcome of that monkey's paw wish? I am curious. Oh, those are the comms arrays. Nifty. Oh, thank you, Swimmy. I have read it online. I've read the term belt scroller online, but it's one of these things I actually haven't heard anybody say it, and so I wonder sometimes if it is it's a name kind of like belonging to a particular community that that I'm just that I'm in touch with online, or if it's sort of universal. All right, more flamethrower fuel. Okay, so I'm thinking I might need to line up several of these on the same branch, because these are clearly busted. Yes, actually, the TMP ammo is a pretty good frame of reference for that, Swedish X. I could have sworn I heard a monster behind me. Sound design in this game is excellent for keeping you on your toes. Let's drop this one in here. Oh, right, they need to be... What was it? She said they need to be load balanced or something? So this is a puzzle, and I don't think my clue is going to be repeated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of those. I have 6 SKUs there. So maybe they all need to be on the outside of their, of these little extensions. Okay, I see. Yep, that's it. Yeah, honestly, you know, I want to say that's getting off fairly lightly as a curse, but as far as curses go, that does seem appropriate to the scale of the wish, so... I can see a monkey's paw having patience and grace for those who are not using its power for, I don't know, super ambitious gain, or at least whose sense of ambition begins and ends with, you know, I don't know, finally beating Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in the arcade, right? Oh, no, 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 come back! Okay, so now I need 2 more, which are in their respective spots. Cool. No, this is all perfectly reasonable. I was thinking about something a little more absurd, like, I don't know, the quarters try to kill you, or you buy the quarters, but suddenly that has prompted the wave of... you know, wave of arcade games now for some reason costing like $1 to play. So, you can now play them, but none of your friends can.
That's it. It's working. Get back to communications and use the control panel to send our coordinates to the Valor.
Or you wind up breaking the economy because of inflation. That might be more along the scale of just, you know, the monkey's paw doesn't really have a sense of proportion.
Exiting zero gravity.
What do I even have ammo for? Is it all flamethrower fuel? It is all flamethrower fuel. Oh my god. Alright, it's stasis attacks and flamethrowers. Oh, there's a refill right there. Great. I gotta say, as far as sound design goes, this is one thing that I love about this game, which if you think about it too hard, it feels silly and weird, but it works environmentally, and it actually breaks some of the tension. Is when you open a door, there's this little ding. Listen to this. Ding, which almost sounds like a cash register ding or something. And it's such a small thing, but it's one of the most memorable aspects of this game's sound design for me, because you hear it so many times, right? Your door sound effect is going to be the thing that players hear some of the most frequently.
This is USM Valor, widecasting on all frequencies to USG Ishimura in response to your SOS.
Oh, creepy glasses.
We picked up your escape pod, number 47, and are en route to your position. This message will repeat every 30 seconds until you respond.
That's bad.
Isn't that the escape pod Hammond jettisoned? One of those things was on board. No. No, this isn't going to happen. USM Valor. Come in, Valor. Our signal isn't strong enough. I'm going to open the blast doors to boost the signal.
Error. Blast door blockage detected. Please contact a repair technician.
Shit! Isaac, there's something big on the hull of the ship, directly above the comms array. Something organic. I don't know what it is,
it's organic.
And I don't care. We have to get the doors open to transmit to the Valor. You should have a clear shot from ADS Cannon 48. Get to the cannon and blow it out into space.
Oh, good. I like a big shooty gun segment. Yeah, I remember that. It was part of the FBI warning at the start. I think that was as part of the George and Barbara Bush initiative, War on Drugs initiative, and I'm actually curious if that was part of other regions' arcade game experience, or if that was just us. Ah, gross. Did I just run over it? I think I did. Oh, no, no, no! I didn't think it was going to do that. Well, I guess we'll find out if it's dead. Ah! There's an item there. Okay. So, that's useful. I'm going to wait. Alright, so I'm going to go back, because I have to. I'm going to keep my eyes open for where the item that the roadkill monster dropped, and see if I can snag it. Was it you wouldn't download a car? I thought it was you wouldn't download a pizza. Oh! Ah, so close. Weird. Maybe I caught the parody and we're gonna find out how useful the flamethrower is. Alternatively, wonder if I can get this guy in here and then run him over. I wonder, like, so I'm thinking if I can get him to fall on the tracks, and then I can hit him again like that other thing, that'll be a fantastic kill. I think I can safely say I've spent more time on this tram unit during this playthrough than I have ever. The downside to this strategy is maybe the thing is just sitting there waiting on the dock, so it'll be right there to stab me as soon as this ride ends. There's a brief hitch. Oh no, never mind. It is conspicuously not on the tracks. It is definitely on the other side of that door. I've done this to myself. Evening Slayer. And yeah, that's fantastic. Killer 7 is a great game, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, no, pirating the car, it's like... Can I hit... Can I hit you as you clip? It blocked my punch. I don't think I have ever had the guts to melee one of these things enough to know that it does block my punch. Ooh! Almost successfully clipped through there. Like, I'm simultaneously curious as to whether or not this can happen. I'm also really curious if this is going to weirdly break it in a way that I can't anticipate. Well, that's some success. I did punch off its arm. Oh, I think I might have, Did I do it? Well, let's open door number 1 and find out. Yeah! Alright. If there was an achievement for punching one of those things out, I would have just gotten it. But there's only the moral victory. Well, you're welcome, Time Zombie. Yeah, the infinite ammo, it definitely pulls Killer 7 out of the survival horror genre for sure. Well, Dream Bomb, there were a couple of moments there where I was pretty sure the monster's, like, body started to clip through the entire door, and I wondered if it would have just clipped so far that the game would have decided that enough of him was on one side of the door to justify just pushing the whole thing over there, which would have basically meant he teleported over. That would have been, not good. Alright, do I upgrade the flamethrower? It seems to be what the game really wants me to use. I'm actually thinking I might store that because it's not the right weapon for success. Kinesis module, that's not really important. Plasma cutter and ripper, those are what I'm sinking my energy into, and I think this is the right choice. So I'm gonna store this flamethrower ASAP so the game stops giving me ammo for it. I swear the frequency of save points in this game absolutely pokes the part of me that is risk averse in survival horror games. I feel the need to save at every single one of them that I can. Is there anything down there? Nothing I want to deal with. Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt would have hunted these, that's for sure. And then he would have made the planet a nature preserve. Roosevelt was a strange man. Bombastic enough to almost be a parody. I didn't open that, but okay. What do I still... Oh, I have one left. Yeah. Let's reload this and pick that up. No, let's drop this over here again. I really need to upgrade to the next suit so my inventory can expand. Where's my money at? I can probably upgrade pretty soon, actually. I'm not age 42 yet, but I will be soon. I don't need to heal up, and so I don't think I can justify that expense. But if I'm triaging, I'm gonna drop this and pick up the better health pack. Oh, good. A giant head crab. Oh. Can it overheat? Is that my thing? It's throwing explosive canisters at me. Oh boy. I don't know if the victory here is a defensive game or just a race to the bottom. By who can shoot each other the most first. This seems much more manageable. Interesting choice not to have music during this. There we go. Race to the bottom it is. Oh, gross.
Come in. Do not open the escape pod. USM Valor, this is Captain Daniels on USG Ishimura. Come in. Do not open the escape pod. Damn it! Spawn!
Yeah, they're in bad shape.
It's headed right for us.
Is that a game over? Oh, okay.
Someone. It's all falling apart here.
Isaac. Isaac, are you there? Thank God you're all right. I've been trying to reach you. Someone's been blocking.
Hammond's still alive?
A crash must have interrupted the signal block.
Hammond, where have you been?
Surviving. Barely. I found some med supplies and packed myself up. Listen. I'm calling aboard on the mission. Fuck the CEC and fuck the chain of command. We have to get the hell out of here. I think I've located a shuttle on the crew deck. The flight log says it needs a new singularity core, but we can probably salvage one from the Valor. I can see the tail end of it sticking out from the side of the Ishimura. I'm headed down there now to find a way inside. I'll meet you there. Hammond out.
Isaac, if what he says is true about the shuttle, we might have a chance of getting out of here. Head to the cargo bay and see if you can help Hammond. In his condition, he may not last long.
And yes, Slayer, the day that my enemies understand that red means explodey, then I think that well, I'm done for, because half the time I am so busy, you know, scooting around a level that I overlook them myself, which means that they are absolutely free for my my enemies. Oh, Dream Bomb, I have I haven't had the opportunity to try this yet, but I have a potential solution for my difficulty playing that game, which is the colors and the patterns are just a little too vibrant and a little too busy, and they sort of overwhelm my senses and actually induce a migraine, which will last for several days. Which is why I had to stop playing after Gold Joe. However, Heavy Viper found a way it should be a very simple trick, to get the game to play on an analog TV. And I'm wondering if, even though, you know, obviously the aspect ratio will be scrunched, if that would affect the visual effects in some way that would stop it from sort of being overwhelming, because it really kills me that I've got a whole Suda game on my Switch that is absolutely unplayed, and there's the disappointed dad head shake. Is it coming through the vents? It is. Oh, the sound design on these things is just creepy and upsetting. This sort of like bone cartilage scrunching sound. Ugh, no thank you. I tried that, and unfortunately, I just never was able to find a happy medium between you know, the game in its sort of native state versus something that was so visually distorted that it was nearly impossible for me to parse. And yeah, Slayer. It's I don't often get them, which is one of the reasons why it was a surprise for me to sort of encounter that. Like, I kind of in a universe tailored entirely to me, I would like. I don't know what that hell is. I would like a version of No More Heroes that has No More Heroes 1 level of sort of visual busyness. Like, just give me the No More Heroes 1 style option, and I'll be good. So I just heard something stomping around, and it seems to have stopped nearby, and I also hear it moaning, and I'm not happy with any of this. So... oh yeah, it's this thing. Weird that they give it a cape. And that shows us about how good the flamethrower is. Oh crud, there's so many of them. Gross. Oh, and that means I have got exactly one shot in my flamethrower left. I am running away from these things. Gonna do the good old survival horror thing and avoid an encounter. Whew, okay, time to unload this junk that's in my inventory. Yeah, I want to know the same thing, actually. Thank God. Now, I had a schematic in here. Well, whatever. Here's Isaac doing something that I would never do under these circumstances, which is to voluntarily immobilize myself in a confined space in this context. And honestly, him being magnetically pressed up against that wall is probably the best his posture has been this entire game. Alright, covered in candy bars now. Okay, let's... That should be good. Two of those, one of those, that's good. Yeah. What else do I have? Alright, it was a medium air can that I had the schematic for. Okay. Okay, I feel good about that. Oh. So, the lesson I've learned with these guys is do not attack the paunch, because then you get a bunch of the slinky enemies coming at you. Oh wow, stasis recharge. That is generous. The crunching sound effects on those the very floppy face huggers gives me the same sort of creeps that when I would go into movie theaters back pre-COVID. They would always have the snack bar commercials, and every time they get to like a can of Coke or whatever, popping and snapping and fizzing and hissing, the audio design on that is just so crisp in a way that is so unnatural and is a degree of fidelity that I've never wanted on a soft drink ever, and I don't want to be that close to that sort of sensory experience. So I kind of have to cover my ears during those commercials, because it's just like nails on a chalkboard. And the crunchy sound effects in this kind of hit the same thing.
Isaac, good, you made it inside. Listen, I just found the munitions log for the Valor. I don't think their presence here is a coincidence. They're not on reconnaissance, and they're not on patrol. This ship is prepped for war. They're on a seek and destroy mission. Do you hear me?
Isaac, I've lost him again. No signal from Hammond's rig. Find the Singularity Core and get the hell out of there.
Okay, in the middle of all of this, just Hammond's sign on his Isaac. I wonder if he just does that during normal times too. That's just Hammond's way. Good old jump scare Hammond. You know, I'm gonna buy another power core. Oh no, I really feel like I should save that money in case I am painted into an ammo corner again. Because on the Leviathan boss fight, I discovered that the game will absolutely let you paint yourself into a corner. Good old survival horror style. Is that an air canister? Yeah, it was an air canister. I do like how the inventory, for this inventory, it automatically organizes it by type, and that is welcome, because it doesn't have the chutzpah of the RE4 peace of mind Tetris inventory system, and it leans into it. And Honestly, it's also kind of a bit of, if we're considering every feature in the game a narrative design feature, which I do, then this inventory right here and automatically organizing things by quantity, type, and volume is exactly an engineer's way of organizing things for the quickest availability. So, yeah, I like to think that the auto placement of these items is just Isaac being Isaac.
Entering zero gravity.
Isaac, one of the Valor's weapons ripped open in the crash. Those green orbs you see are highly radioactive, and the Valor's airlock has sealed itself. You're going to have to throw those into space before you can get into the ship.
What's my ammo look like? Is that my way forward? Okay, cool, I can jump on these. Highly radioactive, you say? I need to break these? Yeah, I do. Oh, that's gratifying. Oh, I wonder if this is going to... This is going to take all the oxygen out immediately. So maybe I want to place these things strategically before I open that airlock. I mean, it makes sense, right? Opening a giant gaping hole into outer space does seem like it's, you know, gonna take away your oxygen. Okay, that's in a good place. For no gravity, these things do in fact lose their momentum. Where's my airlock? Down there, okay. So, okay, cool. So I'm going to break that open. I'm going to jump up here and use this as my access point for shooting all those things into space. Because I have a very strong feeling I'm going to be attacked immediately. Straight up terrifying.
Radioactive material removed. Radioactive material removed.
What? Oh.
Radioactive material removed. Radiation hazard clear. Safety lock released.
Let's get the hell out of here. I think that's my way forward. Come on, come on, come on, give me my oxygen! Yeah! What the hell? Well, cool, we're in Silent Hill Jacob's Ladder territory. Geiger counter. That's good. Cool.
The part you're looking for will be in the engine room at the back of the ship. I'm reading massive damage, so you may need to find an alternate route to get there.
Do I need to move this, or I guess I can't. Alright, I'm guessing that the speed and shape of those monsters are giving me brute type monster vibes. So I have a feeling that's what I'm going to be up against. Like that, yeah, that right there. Oh man, yep, that would be the safety pod that the alien that Hammond jettisoned was hanging out in. Which again comes back to the ill-advisedness of doing anything to preserve yourself in this scenario that that would possibly come back to impact others. Because this is very much a case of what goes around comes around. Cool.
The infection process is doing something strange to these soldiers. They all have built-in stasis units in their body armor. The infection is merging the stasis unit into their flesh or something, making them move fast. Real fast. Be careful.
Kind of hear something squealing on the other side there. I'm not sure. There we go. Yeah, I kind of thought that if the stasis unit is on their body is malfunctioning, well, that hitting them with my stasis would just make them move at a normal speed. But no, it is a net gain for me. And it does seem that I was wrong about them being a brute type enemy. Looks like they're just really fast and erratic and don't have, you know, Hulk smash type attacks. Great. They seem like they should be fairly easy to bait into these gravity panels. Oh, man. Dude, go! We are absolutely not interested in lore at this time. Oh, well. What? No satisfying squelch? I believe I am owed that. There we go. I mean, what am I here for if not that, right? Whoop. I'm surprised that there's anything flammable on Isaac. Or maybe there's something gelatinous and burnable that's napalm-like, sticks to sticks to his suit. Maybe it's truly designed for space wear and they did not anticipate there being any oxygen to feed a fire. That absolutely seems like bait. Didn't mean to do that, but fine. There we go. For the first time in many chapters, I'm doing well on plasma energy. I think the secret was to store a lot of weapons that I'm not, in fact, using.
Isaac, I'm tracking your position, but it doesn't look like I can reach you. This damn ship was nearly shared in half. I made it to the bridge. It's a mess here. These poor bastards didn't stand a chance. I'm going to override all door locks so you can get to the engine room. I'll try and catch up with you there.
Can you burn these? No, the bodies don't burn. Whew. Cat scratching on the chair gave me a start. Alright, going to... Nah, I can't resist. I was going to deny myself the simple pleasure of ritualistically responding to every save option. But no. No, I can't help myself. Oh, that door. Oh, no, you don't. That is not how this is going to play out. Great.
Miss Terrence Kine, Dr. Kine. Listen to me. There isn't much time. If you really can repair the shuttle, there is a better use for it than just running away. You must understand, the forces at work here are greater than you can imagine. If you leave now, you condemn all humanity. The planet will never stop, never rest unless the marker is returned. Don't you see? The church is wrong. This is all a trap. I've seen it. Please, you must help me.
What is this? This somebody stuck. Oh yeah, he's stuck up there from the gravity. I feel I owe this to him. Oh. It won't let me mercy kill him. Okay. Well, I had the best of intentions. It's interesting that they don't let you do that. It does make a little sense, since you know, that sort of morality choice is not really part of the way the game sort of builds itself, or what its meaningful sort of feature or playable activity is. Ah, Jesus Christ! Did not know that was there. Oh God. Alright, I'm gonna have to stasis him. Unless he teleports in here. Which I think he's gonna do. Whew. Cool. Man, to this game's credit, you know, at this point in a horror game, a lot of times the tension is removed and the encounters feel maybe like a little more like versions of things you have already done. That's kind of how the island of RE4 felt to me. Yeah, if this game stays fresh, I wonder if this too will go up there. In fact, it will.
This is Commander Cadigan. We have hostiles on board. This is not a drill. Hostiles are alien. Repeat, alien and extremely dangerous. All personnel, have weapons ready and fire at will.
Oh man, being trapped in this room is a hell of a place to have those things spawn at. Alright, that one's already dead. Oh, hey, cool. Ripper blades. Okay. I see a shooting gallery, and I assume... Oh. I get it. That was a civilian. I see an opportunity to earn really useful stuff. Do I get... I don't think I get extra points for headshots or anything. Alright. New rule, no shooting civilians. Or civilian likes. Nope. Interesting that accuracy doesn't seem to be a score factor here, just whether or not I hit the right ones. Alright, that is what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is it like a sort of like nails on a chalkboard thing, or which sound is it in this gallery? The sort of ringing, echoing sound, indicating a direct hit or correct hit. Gotcha. Well, it will be over in a moment. I think this is the last level. Or maybe there's one more. But I am so starved for items that I absolutely need this. Alright. Oh wait, oh, I actually hit it. These are just repurposed toasters. I'm interested that there is a sound effect, a sort of scraping sound effect, indicating that you know, the target is moving up and down with their holograms. So what is scraping, I wonder? Yes, it is. I think this is someplace where the game is definitely showing its inspirations. Alright. Ruby Semiconductor is good. And a power node, yes. Oh, hey kiddo. Come on. Alright. This one needs to skedaddle. Actually, 3. I think that... Okay, no, we're not doing that again. If it's just for recreation. 3, I'm thinking about not Resident Evil, Dead Space. Sebastian. Evil Within 2. Evil Within 2 has one also. Duration, that's good. And this is going to help us max out. Except out of all of them, I feel like the Evil Within 2 has almost the most self-aware of them. Huh. Well, sir. Let me just tell you, you would thank me for this if you knew its value. See, this game does light and dark very well. The shadows are so crisply realized, and you almost don't get a sense of how good the contrast is until you pull up your gun with your flashlight in an area like this and see how much is actually behind here. You know, I agree. I'm gonna say that is high comedy right there. But this is obviously not going to do me any favors running through here. So nothing over there worth getting. Oh God. All right. Oh, cool. The stasis actually held it in place where I needed it to be. And with that done, I'm going to refill this. I was talking with somebody about, you know, games that are your top favorites, and one of mine was The Evil Within 2. And there was an almost incredulity that The Evil Within 2 has that place in my heart and my esteem. And it really is so much of what they do with the interplay between Sebastian's growth in that game after the events of the first game that it's feels very inspired. Cool. So now we're gonna get the heck back over to refill one last time, and then we can move forward. Yeah, it's just so good. The first time I played through that final the final sequence. Hold on. first time I played through that final sequence with Theodore, and where you just go through that full boss rush of Evil Within 1 bosses, right, and it just leads off with Sebastian taking ownership of the situation versus the sadist at the very start of the first game. It's like I got what that moment was doing for me instantly, and it just kept delivering. Oh God! I was expecting that thing. Oh God. Alright, it's one state or another. Hold on, I think this thing needs food. In fact, it seems that is exactly what this thing wants. Yeah, I agree. It's, I mean, this is the struggle with, I guess, with like genre fiction, is that a lot of times the key features of the genre for people who are not into it can sort of overwhelm looking at what the story is doing within those conventions. And so, you know, the Evil Within 2 has a lot of the, you know, horror conventions that can feel kind of cheesy if you're over familiar with them, or if you're on the outside of that and you don't quite get it. You know, if you're on the outside of an aesthetic, it can look silly much more easily than if you're on the inside. But really what a story does with its genre conventions is a mark of its excellence. And Evil Within 2 does so much well, and even amid sort of embracing some of the things that look very silly on the outside and on the surface. Speaking of something that looks silly on the outside and on the surface, that self-announcement is something. Okay. How many more of those could there be? 3 teams, 1 mission. I am full up. I actually don't need this. Ah, shoot. That thing is absolutely about to ambush me. Oh, as a matter of fact, this is something that keeps occurring to me, is that something I would like to do soon, this weekend perhaps, I might have the time for it, is to go through the channel and start bulking up some of those, some of the additional features. So that is a good prompt. There we go. What can I... Is that schematic? I should keep that. I want to sell that. I want to sell that. RE4's inventory does something that I do wish this game did, which is take treasure items and store them in a separate menu, independent of your active inventory. I am not clear what the balancing advantage is of keeping these in, having those take up an inventory slot in a survival horror context. Oh, come here, chow down. Good, good. Seize your glory. Oh man, this oh wow, I'm really glad that rounding that corner didn't kill me. Jesus. Oh no. Wow, this is a lot. I hear another one having arrived. Oh, cool. It got, ah, no. Good God. Alright, let's use the Ripper Blades. This can stagger everything long enough. Wow, this is tense. The guy's just been crawling around the entire time. All right, get the hell away from him. No, I do not want to read a text log at this time. And for a coup de grace. Ah, shoot. Oh no, that did it. Come on, my dudes. Adopt your fighting stance. You guys are like the easiest things to kill, but you're such a waste of ammo when you're in that position. There we go. No, 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 no. Bad time to be a cat. Whew. I agree completely. Second worst job of all. Cat policeman. Whew, holy cow. That was tense. Now, let me see if I can get whatever rewards there are, and hopefully don't do a bungling thing and run straight into one of these gravity wells and wind up resetting to a checkpoint. Yeah, let's... I don't know. Working any kind of customer support, especially if you are not valued by management, is a pretty rough spot to be in. Piece of government order believed to have recovered the marker 3A. Special Ops has confirmed the system but has been unable to provide the planet location. Special Ops advises caution. If marker 3A, it's really interesting. They pair the screen shake to the hologram text. Shock point to Aegis system, move to position, the local scope range. So military jargon, they are intercepting the Ishimura because the miners did a bad thing. Oh, thank God. Well, one assumes that being a you know, badged and licensed police cat would probably be the greatest gimmick of all. I genuinely don't know what you want. You have food. You were given the option to leave. Will nothing satisfy you? And let's refill stasis. Okay, I think that gets us in good shape. We have almost completely looted this room, and only thing left is to check this door over here, which is suspiciously off the direct path, which makes me think that maybe it has goodies inside, and then we can move forward. Yeah, customer support is it requires a particular mindset, a great deal of patience, and you have to draw on your reserves of sympathy for other people's problems and try as much as possible to imagine how you would feel in their position, and then try to, you know, offer guidance, comfort, support, etc. accordingly. You're right, it's not easy. But I can tell you, from the customer side, if you are nice to your customer support representative... Oh, hey, this guy, still here. I really would like to mercy help him, but I am not allowed. But yeah, if you are nice to your customer support representative, you are going to stand out, and they will probably do a lot more to help you. See, like right here, Isaac is the customer support representative. This is a bad customer who is not being mercy killed? I don't know if this analogy holds, but it's what we've got. Okay. There we go. That's funny. There's also a particular kind of courtesy that you develop in your vocal tones when you do that kind of work. Oh man, that person skedaddling is gonna come back to haunt me. But yeah, that you never really totally lose, and I find myself slipping back into it when I'm calling customer support as a way of showing as a way of showing respect in turn, which is really kind of what it is, right? It's kind of a mannered, respectful tone, and on that end of the phone line, you're typically not used to hearing that. No, it depends on the customers. Honestly, I really liked talking to people, and it is legitimately a good feeling to help somebody, especially if you are helping them in any kind of severe situation. So that was less a problem for me than one might think. This looks like a big boss area. And I feel strongly that I'm going to kill something inside here. Yeah, let me tell you, I have never worked unemployment, but I can absolutely tell you that if you are in any, if you are customer support in any industry or business that is typically viewed with contempt or anything like that, it feels like a good day when somebody's nice to you. And yeah, is this gonna kill me if I stand behind here? Okay, no, it's not. I am a little unsure how this is going to shake out. Can I move forward here? Oh, I see. It's a matter of getting these things out of the way of the obstacles and the like. Oh, I bet I need to break. Oh, these things. Okay, I gotta be real close behind it. Lesson learned. Evening, Mexican Sting. It's good to see you. Oh, come on, man. Currently catching my hapless engineer on fire. Alright, so that's something. Oh, okay. There are several of them along the edges, so I need to reverse. I mean, I think that this is probably something that Isaac has to argue on the regular, that there are probably safer ways of doing all of these things, and, well, it's just so hard to get people to listen. Alright, so I gotta move this thing to the side, and then I can move it forward. And then I can start breaking stuff. How are you, Mexican Sting? I'm surprised that these conduits are hardy enough to be able to withstand the, I mean, you know, malfunctioning engine, space engine blasting them. You know, what do I know? I'm not an engineer. Good. A-OK is good. A-OK is better than the alternative. Oh god, that did it. Alright, I think this is the final... This is the final transfer. So I got something I need to take care of here. I will be back to finish this chapter, but I need to hop off for a second. And I will be back for anybody who cannot rejoin. Thank you for coming out, but yeah, I'll be back on to finish this chapter tonight. So, be back shortly.